Hello, students. We shall start today with a new topic, that is cost sheet. This is a unit in cost accounting, semester 5, TYPCOM. So, let us understand what is a cost sheet. It is a statement that shows the various components of total cost for a product and shows previous data for consumption. It represents various costs incurred at different stages of business operations. It determines the total cost or expenditure made by the organization, along with the cost incurred on each unit of a product or service in a particular period. So, if we say a cost sheet can be a brief summary of cost incurred on each unit of a product. Now let us see what are the uses and purposes of cost sheet. The very first use or the purpose of cost sheet is total or per unit cost. In cost sheet, we calculate total cost incurred, also per unit cost of each element. Then the second purpose to prepare cost sheet is element wise cost. We get to know, we identify element wise cost, means the cost is incurred in each element is identified in cost sheet. The next purpose is percentage wise cost. We calculate percentage of each stages of the production cycle with the total cost of the product. Selling price. Now, why we say selling price? Since we identify cost price of a product, it is very easy to identify the margin on it and ultimately decide upon the selling price. Then we also estimate some cost so that we control the cost and come near to the budget. And the last purpose to prepare cost sheet is cost comparison, where we compare the cost incurred in each stage and element of a product. Moving ahead, let us see what is the format of preparing cost sheet. Let us see each element in the cost sheet and what are the requirements in particulars to be prepared for making an efficient cost sheet. The first thing what we are supposed to write here is in the particulars column, that is direct material. Direct material refers to whatever raw material are consumed to prepare a finished good is considered as direct material. The very first item over here is opening stock of raw material. Adding to that, we take up some new purchases of raw material during the year. We also take up expenses on freight, that means whatever transportation expenses are incurred in order to get this raw material is also added to the cost of raw material. And at the end, we subtract closing stock of raw material. All these expenses which are related to the material is added at one go, and the closing stock, that means the closing stock which is going to be carried forward to the next year, is subtracted, and at the end of this we get material consumed. The second heading over here is direct wages. In wages, there are lot of different segregations, but we stick to only labor wages over here. We don't take employees' remuneration. The third item which is considered in cost sheet is direct expenses. Again, direct expenses related to the production are considered to be added here. And ultimately, we compute here prime cost A plus B plus C. That means A means the direct material, B means direct wages, and C means direct expenses. After that, we take work overheads. They are also called as factory overheads. We write them. After that, after considering all the work overheads and the factory overheads, we subtract sale of scrap or wastage or any recoveries. Moving ahead to the next element is your work in progress in the cost sheet. Work in progress, we add the opening stock of raw material which is in work in progress, and we subtract the closing stock of raw materials which is in progress. After that, the total work cost is computed here, taking into consideration prime cost, that is D, which denotes D here, then works overheads, which denotes E here, then sale of scrap, which denotes F here, which is subtracted, and last is WIP, that is work in progress, which denotes G here. Adding all of these, subtracting only the sale of scrap, we get works cost. After that, there are two more elements which are quite rare in nature, but we consider them also, that are quality control cost or any R&D cost. Then the next element is office and administration overheads. Adding all of these, we take up as cost of production, that is H plus I plus J plus K. H denotes here work cost, I denotes here quality control cost, J denotes here research and development cost, and K denotes here office or administration overheads here. So, moving ahead to the format of cost sheet, we now take, after the cost of production, we take the next element as finished goods. Again, opening stock of raw material which is finished goods is to be added, and closing stock of finished goods has to be subtracted because it is going to be carry forward to the next year. After adding this, L here is your cost of production, M is your finished goods, we get cost of goods sold. The last element in the cost sheet is selling and distribution overheads, which is again added to the cost of goods sold. So if you see here P, that is cost of sales, that is N plus O. So N is cost of goods sold and O is sales or distribution overheads. We add up this. And last, we decide on whatever percentage of profits we want to have from the product, and adding that we get the selling price or the sales amount of the particular product.